You're listening to the Eagle 92.3. This is Drummer Don with Satisfied Drive. Welcome to the Drummer Don Show. We're here every weekday from 6 to 8 a.m. And on Thursdays, my favorite part of the show, we get to highlight local bands. Today, our guest is Billy Bourbon from the Billy Bourbon Band. How are you, Billy? Tell us a little bit about you guys.
The name of the band is the Billy Bourbon Band, and we've been playing in Houston now I've been here about 8 years, I guess.
All right, Billy, tell me, who are the members of your band?
Right now, the members of my band, I have Guy Schwartz, kind of a legendary Houston music icon, playing bass for me, and Greg Babineau is the drummer. And we just play as a three-piece.
All right, Billy, we're going to highlight a couple of tracks off your latest record here. We're going to do Never Change and Political Animals. Tell me a little bit about the record.
The album that you got, the tracks are coming from, is from an album called Never Change. We recorded at Sugar Hill here in Houston.
All right, tell me about this first track, Never Change.
Well, it was my first wife. When we first got together, we were young and in our 20s, and that was just a catchphrase that we said, I love you, never change. And then I wrote the song 20 years later, just looking back on it, just kind of remembering that and how much we had actually changed.
All right, here's the Billy Bourbon Band and Never Change on the Eagle 92.3.
You'll never know how many times I was screaming on the inside with a smile on my face. You'll never know how many times I looked for your love and found not a trace. It all seems so much clearer. Pieces of the puzzle they rearrange. I remember when we first fell in love, we said, love you never change. When we first fell in love, we said, love you never change. When two people fall apart, what does it mean? Did they get lazy, or was it just meant to be? I don't think anybody knows. We just all got this burning need. Our love's not a battle. Love is a long campaign. I remember when we first fell in love, we said, love you never change. I remember when we first fell in love, we said, love you never change. Sitting in lawn chairs, drinking beer, holding hands, watching the stars up above. And we were so impossibly sure that we had true love. They say being in love resembles being insane. I remember when we first fell in love, we said, love you never change. I remember when we first fell in love, we said, love you never change. Love you never change. Love you never change. Never change.
Eagle 92.3, and that was Never Change from the Billy Bourbon Band. We're on the phone with Billy. Billy, tell me where we can find you guys, and maybe we can come see a show.
Oh, we play 3-4 nights a week if we can. More during the summer when there's a season for tours and stuff. Coming up on Saturday night, I'm playing also another acoustic show. It'll be out at Katy at the Texas Tradition. So I go all over, probably as far north as Willis down to Galveston, and from Bay City to Baytown.
All right, Billy, tell me where we can find you online. How maybe we can buy a CD from you, or maybe pick up some merch from you.
We are available on iTunes, Amazon.com, CD Baby, and MyTexasMusic.com. Just about anything with Billy Bourbon, you'll find me. You Google Billy Bourbon, it'll give you my Facebook pages, my Twitter account and all the other social media kind of stuff that we do.
All right, Billy, we're going to do another cut here. This one's called Political Animal. Tell me about this one.
Well, I wrote that one a long time ago, and the second verse alludes to, if you remember Marion Barry, he was the mayor of Washington, D.C., and he got busted on camera for cocaine, and then he came back and was reelected again. And, it's the political animals, I guess, was the basically, we're all political animals to a certain extent, but, the people who are the politicians are a certain breed, I guess I would say.
You're listening to Eagle 92.3. It's the Billy Bourbon Band with Political Animal.
You got the political animal, hope ain't gonna last. Don't know that he's governing so well, raise our future from his past. You know the man, he don't like it when you talk against his way. He's got himself a big old hit list, he's gonna put us all far away. Hear what I say. Election day, take out the trash, old faces, new tricks. They got it on film, they've accepted the cash. Populating power, they don't mix. No, no, no. Political animal ain't in charge of his
You're listening to Eagle 92.3. That is the Billy Bourbon Band out of Houston, Texas. Check them out if you get a chance. Just Google him. This is the Drummer Don Show. Thanks for listening this morning. We're on every weekday from 6 to 8 a.m. If you've got a band that's trying to make a go of it, not too many stations out there are going to put you on the air like we do. We like to do local stuff. We like to plug local artists and support local music here on the Eagle. So give me a call, 936-327-5389. If I'm not here, leave a message and I'll get back to you and we'll get your band on the air. And once again, thanks for listening to the Drummer Don Show on the Eagle 92.3.